I would say I'm grateful for UCSF because without them, I probably wouldn't be alive.
They did everything they could do for her care.
I think we're tremendously privileged to help children every day. I'm Shafqat Anwar. I'm a pediatric cardiologist taking care of patients with congenital and pediatric heart disease. What gets me up in the morning is running our cardiac MRI program and running our Center for 3D Technologies here. At our center, which we call CA3D Plus, we use advanced imaging technologies to make 3D models to help our surgeons and other specialists design better procedures. We give these to our surgeons, we let them hold it, cut into them, practice surgeries beforehand. And in this way, we help them get better prepared for our surgeries so we can get the best outcomes possible.
My name is Samantha Victoria Rodriguez and I am 15 years old.
My name is Samuel Victoriano Rodriguez and I happen to be her father. Samantha was born at the Panassa site and she spent her first 3.5 months up there in the intensive care. My daughter had her first heart surgery at the age of 3.5 weeks old. Both arteries were attached to the same side of her heart. Dr. Kokalis came to us about the imaging on her 4th heart surgery, and after the imaging, the model was built because it was the first time that they were actually going to cut her heart open.
3D technologies really refers to a collection of different technologies. They refer to physical 3D printed objects, such as this heart that I'm holding, or electronic modeling. Once you hold these models in your hands, there really is no going back because we can really see how much better we can do once we have a 3D printed model at our disposal. So this is our intraoperative mixed reality unit that we use in the operating room to guide our surgeries. What we have here is a CT scan of a patient. And then our 3D engineering team has made a 3D model that we've overlaid onto the patient's anatomy. And during the operating procedure itself, the surgeon can look at the anatomy as he or she is operating on the patient, so that sometimes it's very difficult to actually see things that are very small or covered in blood. But this holographic unit essentially just makes the anatomy clear and it guides their surgery real time. It's like giving the surgeons X-ray vision when you're doing the procedure itself. The other thing you can do is actually make a printout where you physically make the object that you're going to operate on. And these prints allow our surgeons to cut into the heart beforehand and practice their procedures before the actual case. So at UCSF, we get very complex referrals. These are children who've got pretty complex connections that need to be made within the heart. So where the models come in is they allow our surgeons to look at their options. And so this is from the CT scan that we did recently. He's got this hole in the heart. Some of our families are facing very tough decisions. Right now, the standard of care in most places is to help our families make their decisions by showing them pictures on a screen or maybe even drawings. But of course, the heart is a 3-dimensional object. Some of our models, we make it so that they kind of just come apart, exposing the anatomy on the inside. We find that it's much easier for the families, once they pick up the models, once they look at them, to talk to them about what the anticipated surgery is going to be, what the different options are. And I think we end up with a more informed consent process and hopefully better shared decision-making with our families. Some of our families have been told they have these heart defects for decades, but the first time it seems to click is when we bring the model out, let them hold it, and they start to understand, these are the problems, these are the surgeries that either we have done or we are going to do, and they engage with us in a more simple conversation.
They actually showed me her 3D model, and I was allowed to actually take pictures of the 3D model. And when they cut it open, they showed me where her heart tissue was and the donor tissue that they added into the heart to make her heart complete. I was really amazed because I was able to open it up and look on the inside.
My vision was to create a center unlike any other. And I found a home here where the spirit of innovation is all around. I could walk down the hallway and start talking to a colleague, and our conversations naturally grow into something where we end up doing something innovative, either on the clinical side or the research or education side. And I think that's part of the UCSF DNA, to really push each other and push the boundaries of what is possible and try to do things better. The bridge funding that allows us to bring these technologies forward is heavily supported by philanthropy. 3D models are currently not reimbursed by insurance. So philanthropy is a critical part of how we sustain our operations here at CA 3D Plus. It helped us create the infrastructure for our cardiac 3D Plus program and many of the technologies that we use on a daily basis.
I would actually ask you to put yourself in my place and see what the 3D model project did for my daughter.
The thought that keeps me going is that hopefully what we do makes a difference. We're part of an intense team that's taking on some difficult situations and doing our best to help our patients get a better outcome. I think the potential for these 3D Plus technologies is great. I think we're just starting to see the beginning of what we can do with it.